So what are the best countries to start dropshipping in? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain all of the top countries that are worth actually dropshipping in. Some of the countries are a little bit more easier to get up and running with than others, especially if you are a beginner. And also what is required in order for you to sell in those countries, because some countries you actually need special payment providers and stuff like that. So I'll talk about that inside of this video. Now, if this is the first time ever watching one of my videos, then my name is Harry, aka the Beast of Ecom. I've been dropshipping since 2016, 2017. I've done over $10 million in sales across multiple different countries, geolocations. So it makes me kind of like credible to talk on this. And I've been sold in many different countries. And, I'm just going to give you all of the information that you need so that you can make an educated decision on, which type of country that you want to actually start to sell and actually want to start drop shipping in. Now, I'll throw up some recent results so that you can see that I'm actually credible in what I talk about. And if you need more proof, then feel free to go through all of my YouTube channel. Everything is publicly documented all on there. So let's just jump straight into this video. Well, what are the best countries to start dropshipping in? Well, first and foremost, there are English-speaking countries, and then you have non-English-speaking countries. And this is like something called geo arbitrage. So I'll talk about the non-English-speaking countries after, but I'm just going to talk about English-speaking countries to start with, right? Because I like to group all of them together, and then we'll talk about some of the individual non-English-speaking EU countries, which a lot of people do EU dropshipping. We'll talk about those and some of the best ones to jump in, if you want to go down that route. Well, so first and foremost, we have the top 5 countries. And again, I like to group these all together. So the top 5 countries are United States, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. There are your big 5. Now, naturally, they are the countries that have the most amount of scale. So if you can have something that works in those countries, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get significant scale. You can very much scale up to 50K a day. Some people are even printing 100K a day in those countries because of the mass amount of scale. Now, the quality of the audience as well in those, because they're in quote unquote first world country, a lot of people have a lot of money to spend, and the audience sizes are a lot bigger as well. You can very much scale fast and hard when something is working. On the flip side of that though, however, for beginners, they are the most competitive countries. Okay, so naturally the CPMs, which is cost per mil, which is basically how much it costs you for 1,000 people to see your advert, is a little bit higher. So usually you'll typically see around, especially in the United States, it's generally around about sometimes it's around $15 up to around about $30. Sometimes it's even higher than that, depending on obviously your niche, your creatives, the demographics that you're targeting and all those kind of things. So the CPMs are a little bit higher because you're paying a premium for those types of people. Now, for a beginner, it's a lot more competitive, like I've already mentioned. So if you are just starting out with dropshipping, then, testing in these countries is going to be a little bit more difficult. So it may take you more products to test out in order to find something that works. You may need to test a lot more creatives. You may need to test a lot more offers in order to find something that works in those countries. However, when you do find something that clicks, then it is extremely lucrative. So in order to sell in those countries, you don't need that much actually. You can just run off credit cards. So if you're using Stripe payments, or if you're using Shopify payments, which is very easily accessible if you open up your Shopify store, then dropshipping in the top countries, you can just use credit card. Most of the time, and 9 times out of 10, the more payments that you have that you can offer, the better. But if you're just running those top 5 countries, like I mentioned, you can get away with selling with just credit card and PayPal. If you've got those 2 payment processors, then you are ready to rock and roll and you can go in there. Now, I then want to divert now into what I like to call geo arbitrage, EU dropshipping, and some of the non-English speaking countries that you can go into. And a lot of people have been pushing this because it's a lot more easier to get up and running, or at least have sales and success there because of a number of things. Well, first and foremost, the audience sizes are a lot less smaller, and that's not actually a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, okay? And not too small. When I say small, I don't mean small like 100,000 people. We're still talking millions here, So they're a lot smaller. So you can still get scale, but you're not competing with tons of people. Also, there can be cheaper costs in terms of cheaper CPMs, right? And the market is less sophisticated because in these English speaking countries, 9 times out of 10 people, there's a lot of competition. They're seeing a lot of ads all the time. Whereas in these non-English speaking countries, and I'll give you some examples, they sometimes haven't even seen these products before. And the dropshippers in those markets are not as good as those in a top English speaking market. So you don't actually have to be fantastic. You still need to be good, don't get me wrong. You still need to know the basics, how to build a high converting store, how to find winning products, and ultimately how to run great creatives. But the level difference is a lot. Sometimes you don't have to be, the cream of the crop in order to have success in these non-English speaking countries. So what are some of these non-English speaking countries? Well, first and foremost, you have the ones that I personally have had success in, and some of the ones I see a lot of other people having success in. Well, the first one is Germany, right? And Germany is a very big country. It's a very big country. And it's a country which has a big population, but there are a lot of dropshippers there as well. But you can have significant success in Germany. I've personally sold there previously before, and it works. The country works. It's very, very good. Now, in order to run in Germany, you will need PayPal, most definitely, because probably around about 60 to 80% of sales will come through PayPal. And then credit card on top of that. Now, you can also have Klarna, but Klarna isn't required to run in Germany. You don't have to have Klarna in order to have success in Germany, right? So Germany is a fantastic country to dropship into. It's a fantastic country to dropship. You can get significant scale. And on top of that, you can target Austria as well because they also speak German. Now, another great country to sell to is Sweden. Now, in Sweden, there is one big caveat, and that is you will need Klarna. You can't run in Sweden without Klarna because without Klarna, 90% of all sales in your Swedish store will come through Klarna. So if you don't have Klarna, then ultimately it's going to be very difficult to have any sort of decent conversion rate. Now, you may be thinking, how on earth do you get Klarna? Well, you can just go through the process and try and get Klarna. Sometimes you may need a UK company to do that. If you are already based in Sweden, then I think you can get Klarna through Shopify payments. I think you can enable it that way. So there are some things that you can do, but it's a fantastic country. And also the great thing about Sweden is that they have people in these Scandinavian countries are much more richer. They have a lot more disposable income. So you can also, a great thing is that you can increase your prices as well. Whereas if you find something which is working in a top English speaking country, for example, United States, and they're selling it for $30, you may get away with selling it in Sweden for $40 because a lot of people first and foremost haven't seen the product and they have a lot more disposable income in those households in that country. Now, another great country to sell to is Denmark. Now, the beauty of Denmark is that, again, it's a Scandinavian country, so you can also increase the prices. It's not a large country, so it does have the downside of when you do find something working, there is very much, I personally find, the limit to scale. So you can very scale hard, but you may only be able to scale hard for, let's say, a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month max before you need to either completely reinvest in completely new creatives or offers or just find another product to test out. However, Denmark is one of those countries where you actually don't need that much in terms of payment processors to get up and running there. They take credit card. You can just run off credit card and that's totally fine. So credit card and PayPal in Denmark will work. So it is a fantastic country to run with a beginner if you want to go down the route of EU dropshipping or you want to go down the route of the geo arbitrage and find the stuff that works in English speaking countries and selling in one of those, countries like Denmark. So that's a country that you can go into, and it's one of our top ones that we like to recommend to beginners because of those things like I've just mentioned. Now, some of the other EU countries that you can sell into is Netherlands, so Dutch, and so there's Belgium and Netherlands, and they kind of like go together because they both, most of the time, speak Dutch. Now, again, it's a fantastic country. I know a lot of EU dropshippers who are printing in Netherlands. They have fantastic scale and they are, again, just finding stuff that works in those top English speaking countries and translating it and going into, these EU speaking countries. And I'll talk a little bit about the process of how to do things, and maybe I'll drop another video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about actually EU dropshipping and how you will be doing things. But Netherlands and Belgium is a fantastic country. Again, you can target both of those together. However, you will need Ideal and you will need bank contact. I'm not sure on bank contact. I think Ideal might be a little bit more. You might need it more than the other one again, but obviously you will still need credit card and PayPal are always good to have. And getting those again are probably a little bit easier or not easier depending on where you are based, right? And I think you can enable it through Stripe as well. That's something that you can do. And you have things like Air Wallets and stuff like that and connected, then you can get Ideal and bank contact through there. So again, for beginners, if you are not from Netherlands, then it may be a little bit difficult for you to get those payment processors. But if you are from Netherlands, then you may be able to just get up and running very easily and quickly. And one thing I do want to say is that I very much do encourage what I like to call the home turf advantage. What I mean by that is if you are based in a specific country outside of the top English speaking countries, the top 5 like I've mentioned. So if you are based in Sweden and that's your home country, or if you are based in Netherlands, for example, or even France or Germany, I always recommend you to just sell in that country to get up and running with. Reasons being is because you have what's called a home turf advantage. And some of those advantages are, well, first and foremost, you can speak the language, right? So you don't need to use any sort of online translators or anything like that. You don't need to get proofreaders. You don't need proofreaders anyway, but you're able to pretty much write and understand that language because it's your mother tongue. The second advantage is you're not going to be dealing with currency conversion fees or that much currency conversion fees, because if you are collecting euros, for example, and you're able to withdraw in euros, then great. You're able to spend in euros and all that good stuff. There's issues, and it's not so much really a big issue at all, but for example, like me, I'm based in the United Kingdom, and if I want to sell in the United States and I collect US dollars, then my PayPal account, well, yeah, mainly PayPal account, but first and foremost, they're going to charge me for accepting in a different country. They're also going to auto convert my stuff into pounds if I want to withdraw it and spend it, pay whatever I need to do. So there's always going to be currency conversion fees if you're selling in a different country from your where you're currently based or your location where you're born. So if you are from one of those countries, like I mentioned, the EU countries, then just start and get up and running in one of those countries just to start off with, because you can always expand further if you want to. You can replicate your store into another country. If you've got something that's working in Denmark, then you can very much just replicate it into Sweden. If you've got Klarna, you can replicate it into German. You can replicate it even into an English-speaking country if you wanted to, right? So utilize the home turf advantage when you are based in a certain country. So in terms of countries, like I've mentioned, we have the top 5, right, which is the most difficult. We also have Germany, which is a fantastic country. We have Sweden, which you will need Klarna. You have Denmark, which is very easy for beginners. You have Netherlands and Belgium, which are both together. But again, you will need Ideal and bank contact. And then the other one is France. Now, I've personally not ever sold in France before. However, it's kind of like Germany, whereas you don't need, first and foremost, it's a large country, okay? And second of all, from what I understand, you don't need that much in terms of payment processors to run in France. So you don't need things like Klarna to still make sales. You can pretty much just run with credit card and PayPal. Now, again, I've not ran in France myself, but I know a lot of dropshippers who run in France, and they kind of just say the same thing. But it's one of those countries, again, it has fantastic scale there. When you have something which is working, then you can very much just scale and hit those 10, 30K days. So they are all the countries that you kind of like have and can dropship to. If you want to be a little bit more competitive, then you can go for top English speaking countries. However, if you are a beginner, then my personal opinion would be to have a look at some of these EU countries, right? And look at the ones whereby you don't need any sort of special, especially at the start, that you don't need any sort of special payment processing requirements, and try something in there. And like I mentioned, what you have is just the arbitrage opportunity in order to find something which is working in those English speaking markets. Take that, right? Translate it. And there's multiple different translators online. Like you can even use ChatGPT or DeepL, which is one that I like to use. Okay, 100% free, by the way. And just take what's already working, put your own twist on it, translate everything, because you will need, like, and what I'm talking about here is if you are going to sell in one of these countries, everything will need to be localized. And what I mean by that is the whole store will need to be in a specific country. If you are selling in Denmark, the store will be in Danish, your ads would be in Danish, and everything about the store will all be in Danish. It will not be in English. Okay. And again, like I mentioned, it's very easy to do this. You don't even need proofreaders. You can pretty much just use DeepL or ChatGPT in order to do that. And I've never had an issue with, any sort of language barriers or anything like that. And that's the beauty of e-commerce. You are able to, once you understand the principles of how to build a high converting store, how to actually find winning products, and how to actually create ads that make people want to buy, then you can sell in any country whatsoever. You don't need to learn the language. You don't need to know the language, and you can replicate this as many times as you want, providing you've already got a system in place. You can very much just replicate from one store into another country, into another country, into another country, and go on endlessly if you really want to, right? And that's basically it. So you have all of the options on there that you can go for. I've give you all of the pros and the cons of all of these different countries that you can dropship into. Just first and foremost, the main thing is just take action. Pick a country and just stick to it. And if it doesn't work, then you can ultimately just switch country if you want to, right? So I do have tons of different videos that will be coming soon. I have loads of different videos, ideas that I want to put out, just like raw format like this. Some will just be talking to the camera like this. Others will be actually jumping inside of the screen and showing you a few things like how to find winning products and all that kind of good stuff, and how to build ads and pages and all that kind of stuff. So if you want those, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously support the channel. I am back shooting YouTube videos, and it's good to be back to be able to just have these raw, unfiltered conversations like I'm just chatting to my boy, which is very good. So hopefully you got some value from this video. If you do have any ideas on what you want me to drop next in terms of, anything you want me to cover or anything you want me to go into depth into, then please do just let me know in the comments, and I'll be reading all of the comments anyway. So any ideas, I'd appreciate them. Drop them in the comments. Smash the like button, of course, for the algorithm and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you later.